I think that many of us are underrating the overall impact in a positive way that the NFL is having in our country. And I was thinking about that a lot in the wake of the big contract that Dak Prescott signed. And I'm going to explain why I believe that is. First of all, it's been very trendy of late to pile on to the NFL, to rip them. The sports media, God knows, has done it on a high level. No league gets ripped like the NFL does. But in the wake of the Dak Prescott contract that was signed, a storyline, I tweeted about it, but I've seen almost no one discuss it, that I think is pretty significant is Dak Prescott's now the second highest paid quarterback in the history of the NFL. Do you know who the 4 highest paid quarterbacks in the history of the NFL are? Patrick Mahomes, in order, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson. What do those 4 quarterbacks have in common? Well, Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott has won 1 playoff game. Deshaun Watson has won 1 playoff game. That's one way to look at it. Another way would be to say, and maybe some of you are just realizing it right now, all 4 of those quarterbacks are black. And I know that sometimes makes people uncomfortable to notice things like that, but when I look at the 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league right now, and the 4 highest paid quarterbacks in the history of football are all black, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson, that actually, to me, is an incredibly positive development because it stands for everything that I believe in, which is you should make as much money as you possibly can if you are the best at what you do. And for a long time, there are a lot of woke Corona bros out there that have been attacking the NFL. Oh, the NFL is racist. It's unfair. It systematically discriminates, right? Those are all criticisms that the wokesters out in the sports media would bring to bear. I see this story about the NFL quarterback success of these 4 black quarterbacks as a tremendous indication of the NFL being everything that's right with America. Because America is about the meritocracy. The person or people who are the most skilled at something should make the most money regardless of their background. Everybody's talking about Meghan Markle, and everybody's talking about Prince Harry and the Oprah interview. The radical idea of America is that who your dad and your mom are don't matter. What matters is you, the individual, and what you are capable of. It doesn't matter if your dad was an NFL star or if your dad is in prison. Yes, the advantages you begin with are different based on what your parents have achieved. But the great and radical notion of America is that any kid born anywhere to anyone could grow up and be the president of the United States. That doesn't happen anywhere else in the world, really. And the same thing is true of athletics. It doesn't matter what city you grew up in, what team you played for. The meritocracy of athletics is you strap on your shoes, I'll strap on mine, and whoever is the best wins. And to the victor goes the spoils. Competition begets excellence. And what I see happening now, far too often in American sports, is people look to be victims. Oh, I can't win because I've got this obstacle in front of me. The best coaches and the best players find their inner strength and triumph no matter what the background is. And for a long time, this is not really my generation, I don't believe, but for a long time there's been an argument out there, oh, you can't succeed because of your background, right? There's a lot of people out there that make that argument now. And I think it's fundamentally antithetical. It's the antithesis of everything that sports represents, which is about finding a way. This is why I argued so hard that we had to play sports even while COVID was going on. This is why I believe that America needs to look more like sports and that sports needs to look less like America. Our political system is broken. They want to slice and dice us all up based on our identity. Oh, you're gay and Hispanic. You have to believe this. Oh, you are black and straight. You have to believe this. Oh, you are white and transgender. You have to believe this. No. Sports destroys all of those identities and puts us all together in a common grouping pursuing excellence. And when I see that the 4 highest paid quarterbacks in the history of sports that are winning and being paid more than anybody else have or has are all black, I think to myself, this is why the NFL works. Do you know the NFL has created more black millionaires than any business that has existed in the history of the world? Think about that for a minute. America's National Football League has created more black millionaires than any business that has ever existed in the history of the world. How has sports done that? By pursuing excellence, period. By rewarding the best, not by trying to decide who is selected based on their background, based on their aristocracy. In America, we believe in the meritocracy. And as a capitalist, I am thrilled to see the contract that Dak Prescott got, that Patrick Mahomes, that Deshaun Watson, and that Russell Wilson got. And by the way, if I'm Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, I might be sitting around saying, hey, it's time for me to get a pay increase, particularly if I'm Aaron Rodgers and I see that Jared Goff is making the same amount of money as I am. But this, to me, represents why the NFL and why sports in general should be the model for America. It destroys cancel culture. It destroys identity politics. It allows individual excellence to thrive. A lesson that I've always believed in, I want you to think about it as we get ready to bring in Paul Kuharsky to talk about the NFL. The only hand you can rely on is the one at the end of your sleeve. Pursue individual excellence yourself, and you will be rewarded just like Dak Prescott has in your chosen field of American life, if we can follow the lead of the NFL.